Brazilian football authorities have attempted to disassociate the team's famous yellow and green kit from politics after it was worn by many supporters of the outgoing president, Jair Bolsonaro. Our correspondent, Paulo Cabral, reports.
Brazil's yellow and green football shirt is iconic. It has come to represent the skill and creativity of Brazilian players over the decades. But this year it gained a strong political meaning as it was adopted by supporters of far-right President Jair Bolsonaro during his re-election campaign, while the opposition mostly adopted the red, identified with the left wing and President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva's Workers' Party. Danilo Pássaro is a leftist football enthusiast who resented the association of the yellow shirt with one political side in Brazil.
Isso daqui não tem que ser atribuído a nenhum grupo político.
This cannot be given to any political group. This belongs to all Brazilians. We're now entering the World Cup season. I think Brazil is living a new cycle, and I hope it will be marked by our 60th World Cup win and by a reconciliation of all Brazilians.
Precisa ter, mano, uma reconciliação do povo.
One solution found by some fans was to get the shirt but have it stamped with the electoral number of Lula's Workers' Party, 13, to dissociate it from Bolsonaro's supporters. For many decades, the yellow shirt symbolized Brazilian unity, particularly during the World Cup period. But this year, this color came to be part of the deep polarization seen in Brazilian politics. Brazil's football league, the CBF, launched a campaign to reclaim the symbol of the jersey, including a video associating it with a popular song that says, "It makes me feel so good. Ela me faz tão bem." The store manager says politics did taint the image of the shirt, but not to the point of impacting sales. There's even a shortage in some locations.
There's some rejection, it's true, but with the World Cup, everybody will wear it. We have to watch the games wearing the yellow shirt.
This street seller in São Paulo says he did notice an increase in interest for Brazil's second shirt, the blue one, which is less politically charged.
Some people are resisting the yellow shirt for political reasons. Sales are good anyway, but I notice more people going for the blue version.
Brazil's politics remain extremely polarized. The World Cup will be a test to see whether Brazilians will be able to put aside those differences when there is a common goal in mind. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, São Paulo.
The headlines again. 6 people dead in the US state of Virginia after a supermarket employee opens fire inside the store before turning the gun on himself. Our other headlines. Scotland does not have the power to hold an independence referendum, so say the UK's most senior judges. Many parts of Ukraine are without power following another wave of missile strikes, including in the capital, Kyiv. And that is the world today. Thank you for watching. We're back with more news at the top of this hour. Coming up next, it's World Insight. For now, from all of the team in London, it's goodbye.
This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
On today's World Insight, leaders return home after a flurry of high-level summits. Can statesmanship prevail over politics? We speak to former Slovenian President Danilo Turk to find out. And we talk to a business leader on how the private sector is getting involved in a greener future. And we see how the Chinese-led BRI is building transport links with its southern neighbors.
welcome to World Insight with me, Tian Wei. The month of November 2022 will be remembered as a crucial moment for multilateralism, and Asia is playing a key role. From the East Asia Summit to the G20 Summit and the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting, leaders from politics, business, and the international and regional organization all strongly sought to speed up economic recovery through cooperation. As all these events all took place in Asia, it is not only the Asian hospitality, but more importantly, Asia's attitude toward global governance and rebuilding trust has been recognized by all. On these and more, I talked to Danilo Turk, now president of Club de Madrid, an organization made up of retired political leaders from all over the world. Mr. Turk himself also served as president of Slovenia and for years at the United Nations. Mr. Turk, what a pleasure to see you once again.
A pleasure is all mine.
You know both the Chinese and the American leadership, the presidents today. So how are their encounters and the qualities of their discussions do you see be of relevance today?
Now, obviously, this doesn't come overnight and one has to be patient with the results. But there is a clear agenda. Very fundamentally, I would say, both the United States and China have to demonstrate their commitment to coexistence and cooperation. We have had a lot of, I should say, competition, some tensions, and now we know this is not productive. Competition is necessary, but so is cooperation, and finding a proper balance is the task of the leaders. And I hope that this actually will be shown in the aftermath of the summit.
Cold War mentality, China has been, together with many countries, including your home country, Mr. President, against the Cold War mentality, because we all remember those days. It's not very long ago. But under the current circumstances, it seems that things are moving, unfortunately, toward some likeness of a Cold War phenomenon. So do we still have the time? Do we still have this opportunity to reverse that trend?
I think the answer is yes. It's clearly yes. And during Cold War, what we had was two worlds or several worlds. I mean, the level of interdependence was much lower. Now, I think no serious politician in China, in the United States, in Europe, or in any other part of the world can seriously think of, reforming the world towards the past divisions. I mean, the interconnection is so intense that would be a disaster for everybody. And although this, in the daily polemic, this is not clearly visible, I'm sure that the political leaders understand that well. One cannot decouple from China. That's nonsense. I mean, one can, of course, redefine